Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the channel. Happy Thursday. Jumping right into it. You know, people who benefited from the old you, the person you were when you didn't have strong boundaries, they're probably not going to clap for the new you. You know, the applause that you thought was genuine, that you thought was really for you, it was really not for you per se. The applause that you got in the past was probably because people were clapping for what you were able to achieve for them. Whatever it was. You know, you showing up, you being there for them, you being able to fulfill some sort of need or fill a hole or whatever it was. That's what that applause was for. This new person that you've become with these different boundaries, this person that you have become that puts your needs on the list. You know, we talked about how it's time to stop performing and do you. Well, when you stop performing and you begin to show up for yourself, it's like, oh, people are almost taken aback because now you're putting your needs before everything else that everybody else wants from you. Just say, for example, you used to be that person where, people could call you last minute. You would, jump up and do things. It didn't matter whether you were already stretched. You would always find some way to fit those things in. You would always find a way to fit those people in. You would always find a way to make sure that you showed up until you burn out. So once you come back from something like that, you realize, okay, you know what? It's time to set better boundaries so that you can show up for yourself, so that you have some energy left for yourself, so that you can provide some time for yourself, so that you can participate in your own glow up, so that you can participate in your own rise, in your own ascension. You've assisted a lot of people rising. You've assisted a lot of people ascending. You've assisted a lot of people in their movements, in their growth. It's time for you to be part of your own support team. And everybody's not going to clap for that. Everybody's not going to clap for that because now you're no longer, providing that service, if you will, for lack of a better, term. You're not providing that service and that comfort for them. But you know what? That is totally okay. Just like in the other video, we talked about how, it's time to stop performing. Do you? They'll be all right. They absolutely will be all right, because when you have those kind of soul contracts, really internally, our souls are the same, and when I mean the same, meaning if we are a person who, we're seeking better and we're seeking building and we're seeking service and all of that, we tend to stay the same way. We just improve that. If you're a person who is someone who sucks the life out of other people and you're always, climbing on other people to get what it is that you want, those people tend to stay the same as well at their core. So they'll find somebody else to do those things, Your true blue people, of course, you're still going to have those connections and those relationships. The dynamic changes a little bit, which is okay. The dynamic changes to where now they understand that you got to take a little bit more time for yourself, and that is okay. We've got to stop feeling so guilty about putting ourselves in and on our list of things that we need to take care of. We absolutely need to mind our own ministry. And it starts at home. The home is us. The heart is us. The nucleus of our world is us. And the sooner we figure that out, the sooner we will be able to operate in a space where, we're taking care of the things that we need to take care of. We'll let our whole world fall apart for the sake of being there for other people. We will let our entire life just crash out for the sake of making sure that we show up for other people. We will burn all the way out. We will go without sleep, go without rest, go without replenishment. We will operate on fumes for the sake of being able to say, I showed up and I was there for this, that, and the third. And that is not a badge of honor. A friend of mine recently, she made a post talking about that. She was saying in her post that, the person who's showing up burned out, not being able to be present, not being able to emotionally and physically and spiritually and mentally tap in and be there wholly and fully, that's not a badge of honor. Yes, you showed up, but you didn't show up whole. You didn't show up well. And so us making and putting really good boundaries in place is absolutely okay. It's okay. Now, do you have to grieve the fact that there are going to be people that are going to fall off and fall out of your life? Yeah, you probably need to get used to that right now, because they're definitely going to fall off and fall out and fall away, because now there are things that they can't get you to do. You're not going to be that Roger Rabbit, you're not going to be that go-go gadget anymore. And because of that, that applause, that they're just not going to feel the same way about you, because now you're not serving their purposes. And it's all right, because guess what? You need to know that. You need to know who was in your life fully because they love you, they understand you, they're rooting for you, they want you to be okay, they want you to be successful, or were they only in your life because what your relationship existed of was transactional? You could provide some sort of support, some sort of relief, some sort of prop, if you will, for them. And so once you realize that, now you can make conscious decisions on whether or not those people need to be in your life. And more importantly, you're able to see the signs in other relationships. You're able to see the signs of whether this relationship is about to be transactional like relationships in the past. You will be able to see spot on, really quick from the rip, whether this relationship is about what you can provide, how you can show up, how much you can show up, and how much you can do in order to make their life easier, better, or what have you, and they sow very little into yours. You'll be able to spot that really quickly once you start putting these boundaries in place. So that's something that we have to start doing, but we also have to realize that, the applause changes, the clapping changes, there may not be any. There may not be any accolades for you choosing you. But you have to. Because if you're going to reimagine your life at any age and at any stage, you have to accept what comes with that. And sometimes what comes with that is walking alone a little bit until you attract those true blue relationships that are really genuine. So anyway, just keep that in mind. I love you guys, and let's continue to grow, glow, and go. All right. Let me know in the comments some of your experiences with this, if you have had any experience with this, or, if you're just having a hard time putting those boundaries in place so that you can redefine these relationships and redefine your life. Because again, redefining your life is going to redefine your relationships, whether you believe it or not, or want to, and whether you anticipate it. Those relationships being redefined, once you redefine your life, everything in your life gets a makeover. It's just how it works. So anyway, love you guys. Until the next video.